Hello everyone and welcome to the first... Whoops, put the pen. Welcome to the first video of Revise Along, and today we are going to be doing the Russia unit part 1, facts and figures. Now this is just generally the sort of, well, self-explanatory facts and figures that come up in the courses that you may need to reconcile during the exam, and they can actually be quite tricky. But obviously the more extra examples you put in, the examiner will love that and you'll get more marks certainly. So the first topic of the course we're going to do, this is of course the AQA specification as it says in the description below, is Russia in 1855 and emancipation. Our first statistic that's given in the Oxford AQA history book is actually that the number of village to town dwellers in Russia in 1855 was 11 to 1. And this is compared with 2 to 1 with Britain. So it shows just how vastly unmodernised and unindustrialised Russia was at this time in question. Well, that's pretty much all for 1855, but now we go on to emancipation. Of course, in 1861, Alexander II took the decision to emancipate 51 million serfs from their ownership of the landlords. Now, what can we get down for this? Well, we can certainly start with the terms of the emancipation, which are that, in fact, 15% of serfs remained temporarily obliged. That means like still have to work for the landlords even though they'd been freed. And also 6% of the land available to serfs after they'd been granted their freedom was overvalued. Now there were also a number of kulaks within the peasantry. These kulaks were like sort of rich peasants who capable of producing a surplus of grain and other such products. But in fact only half of the peasantry was capable of producing a surplus by 1878. Just a few extra details. Peasants also had to remain in the commune. And that meant that many traditional methods of farming remained, such as communal farming, or strip farming as it's also known. And it's no wonder, and here's another statistic, that 647 incidents of uprisings occurred following the Emancipation Edict. And it shows just how vastly unsatisfied the peasants were with the terms of emancipation. Next topic now, which is, let me just have a look. Can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, that's right. Russification, that's it. Russification. Now, Russification was the policy of Alexander II's son, Alexander III, and it was the policy of trying to give Russians a certain sense of national identity by promoting and enforcing Russian language and culture. And what can we get some statistics down for this? Well, certainly in terms of the policy of Russification, the most affected were Jews. 10,000 Jewish artisans were expelled from Moscow winter 1891 to 92. Also 37,000 Lutherans. Lutherans are just people who followed the faith of Martin Luther, who was one of the main founders of the Protestant faith. Lutheranism is a branch of Protestantism. They were forced to convert to Orthodoxy. Orthodoxy, obviously the main religion in Russia, Russian Orthodoxy. What else? Oh yes, there was some opposition to Russification. There were 332 disturbances in 61 Russian provinces. But of course, as we'll find out going through this course in later videos, most of opposition that was faced by autocracy and the Tsar was put down with repression. And this can be seen with the military being called in 51 times in this period.